This is the new SwitchBot. Bigger than you thought, right? That's what she said. Do not lift the robot from here. No problem. It's been a while since I threw a smart home product. 67% of the time it works every time. Why don't we unbox something? This is the SwitchBot S10 Pro. Now this is something that can connect to your home's plumbing. Rental folks aren't gonna wanna do that, and that's exactly why I'm testing it out. Now I've taken it out of the big old box, and here's the first base station. So this is where the device is gonna charge up. Whoa, lots of tape. Now, this first base station, couple of things I like off the bat. There's a nice cable wrap here, okay? So you're gonna be able to go around as many times as you'd like. Nice, simple white cable going. It's matching here with this base station. I like how skinny this is, and they're able to do this because they're not containing the water station within this. Now, it's a pretty simple little compartment here. There you go. You've got the inside where the vacuum bag is. You'll just pull that out at the end of the day, and it's being sucked up right here, okay? That's where basically you're gonna have the thing back in to the base station. So nice compact design with the base station. And one of the things that you get with this, it's a pretty good bonus. Now, this is the new SwitchBot water leak detector. It's Bluetooth, it's gonna connect to SwitchBot's hubs in a lot of cases. So within this, you get a little manual, a couple of cards to contact them, and if you need to pry it open, you always get that little tool there. So here's the device itself. Now, I haven't even put it in the app, and this little device, quite simple. 2 pins on the front, 2 pins on the back. If you connect either set of the two, you get an alarm. There's a little speaker on it, you can hear, it's quite loud. Now, if you connect it to the app and you connect it to their hub, obviously you're gonna get some more opportunities to do some things, but it's just a leak sensor right there. And that's just added in, which is a pretty nice add. This is going alongside your water station. There's some stickers on the back here. You're gonna peel those off, set this on your floor. It will probably move over time. You do get an extra vacuum bag. So some good little accessories. Here's your full user manual and a couple of cards in there. Now, let's get into the water station. This is the wildest part, and this is the difference you will see in our unboxing for rentals versus other ones. Now this looks crazier than it is, and when you get it out of the box, it's kind of a scary thing here, okay? And I'm just gonna do that so I can show you what I mean. This is for apartments. This is what everyone else gets. You get both if you're in an apartment and you don't want to connect this to your home's plumbing, because this has all the piping. The white is your inlet or your fresh water, and then the black is the dirty water flush. This will go down the drain. You do have a little wrap here for some of these. I didn't find it very useful to wrap. By the way, I've had one of these for a little while, and I was able to test it out. Now, there's a little button on the side, and here's the thing. There's no power with this device. Now, there is a USB-C port, okay? This is an interesting design. SwitchBot's done some different things here, because what happens is there's a little USB-C cable. So this goes over, and there's a little USB-C cable right here. That goes into the other half of the base station, and between the two of them, they have a battery somewhere. I think it's in here, and the device will be charged. You can either plug it into the wall if you wanted to. You don't have to do that because the robot vacuum will actually charge up that base station. And then it's gonna use the power off of the robot vacuum to pull and flush water, okay? The other thing, it just keeps going. This is a pretty complex system. Here you go, you're gonna throw your detergent in there. Now, they come in little bags. I'm sure I've got a couple here. Not the easiest thing to pour in there. So maybe get yourself a measuring cup or something like that. And then every once in a while, you gotta open this up and just clean out in there. It's a flush, I think. If you're in an apartment like me, these become, they look like extras, and truthfully, you might want to cut down these pipes, reattach these fittings. They're going to connect into the back of this station. So you've got a connection point right here next to the USB-C cable. You've got another connection here, all right? Those are your two connections. And what's happening is you have little tanks. All right, now this is the clean water tank. And so you're gonna fill that up with clean, fresh water from your tap or wherever else you feel like getting it from. And then it will fill up the dirty water bin. And you'll have to dump that out every once in a while. You get little notifications from the robot vacuum that you get to do that. Now, if you are connecting this to plumbing, you're gonna do other things, you get a lot of fittings, okay? A lot of good fittings too. Like, you know, I'm always going to a hardware store for different little connection pieces. You get all the little gaskets too. There's a number of little fittings in there, a number of little gaskets, stickers, able to turn corners. There's a little corner piece right there. That'll help you to get your piping kind of whoop, whoop, nicely in a corner. And you might have to buy some extra stuff. And then there are a number of plumbing fittings that we have that should help you connect to your home if you're gonna do that. So even if you're not gonna do that today with this, okay, you can keep all this stuff, do it in the future, or just keep those fittings for your future plumbing issues. So in the end, this is what you're gonna look like with this whole thing. I wish for those of us who didn't want to cut, you know, those cables and reconnect, remake connections even, I wish they had a bit of a wrap here for the piping. You got to be careful. You don't want to bend this too hard, maybe put a split in it, but that's kind of how it's going to look. I obviously don't have the cables down perfectly, but there you go. And so there's little connection points here at the bottom, and this is how it's connecting into the robot vacuum itself. You've got some connection pads for the charging of this station itself, or transfer of power really, and then you've got fresh water and dirty water connection points. Pretty neat system when you combine it with this. Really neat stuff. Let's get into the last piece. Yeah, we've got a couple of these little sweepers. Here's our SwitchBot floor cleaning solution. They want you to put 2 in to the base station, the refill station, and they give you 2. And then you get this cleaning brush, and I mean, you could clean some stuff with this. You know, I just want to say my general thoughts right now on what I see. Generally, pretty high quality. I did notice, you know, this base station is basically the K10's base station. I'm not sure there are any differences. The K10 is kind of the more expensive, smaller unit. They have a smaller robot vacuum intended for apartments. And the robot vacuum itself feels like the K10 in a lot of ways, but there are definitely some upgrades on here. Now, there's a physical mopping roller at the bottom, okay? So this is gonna roll around. This is a lot like some of the wet dry vac systems, and it's a bit of a change from what we see traditionally. A lot of these companies just put pads here that kind of shake, shake, shake. We also have LiDAR slam, okay? Camera on the front, we have LiDAR here. Now, SwitchBot's been very, very clear with me, and it was even on one of those stickers. It says, we're not saving any of this stuff. It's all kept locally in your home. We're not keeping pictures or anything like that. And the industry has generally become very aware that consumers are not happy with information leaving their home. SwitchBot's always been, for me, a pretty trustworthy company. I've never seen them do anything untoward, so to speak. I'm able to say I feel pretty confident about what they're doing. Obviously, no company, no person is perfect. So understand that this can map your entire home, and there's a camera on the front. Understand that as you add this to your home. There's a little compartment. You're not gonna really have to deal with this, but you do get the little cutout tool there. You're not gonna have to take that out because it automatically empties into this base station. There's a little power button or a little power switch here. And on the bottom, you do have a nice rubber roller brush. I like this roller brush. I like this new style that everyone's kind of coming out with. And generally, it's a bit of a taller unit. So I think this is gonna struggle, you know, if you have a lower couch, check the height. It's gonna go up to this, right? So check the height of those things before you go buying this, or you might not be able to get under your couch. This is a little bit of a taller unit. So I turned on the switch. You know, these always have a charge in the battery that's contained on this unit. I can tell you from experience, this is a pretty good robot vacuum. It was average mop as far as I saw, you know, not top in the industry, but a good mop. And the fact that it auto empties, auto refills that water is a huge benefit. So this is the SwitchBot S10. Thanks for watching today. And of course, live smart.